Welcome everyone back to a brand new live stream. Now, from the title of this live stream, you guys know the market is currently shit in the bed. Now, we can go over some of the factors that is contributing to this current drop. Bitcoin has wicked down to approximately 92 and $800, which is quite low. Ethereum is also coming down. Bitcoin dominance is creeping back up. Every time there's a dump, people either go into USDT or they go back into Bitcoin. USDT dominance had a pretty big spike back up as well. This is all because people are now favoring the dollar, hence why the dollar is near the all-time highs. The 10-year is almost at 5%, which is just crazy to think about. When there's uncertainty in the market, when the labor force is strong, people get uncertain because a strong labor force results to higher inflation. So when there's more people ready to work, more people have jobs, what tends to happen is they spend more money, and therefore inflation starts to go higher. The whole point of the Fed is to stop consumers consuming. That's how they bring inflation down. And if unemployment is strong and the jobs market is looking good, the jobless claim is going down, it just means the Fed is less likely to cut rates, and people favor cash at that point when there's uncertainty, or they favor gold. Either one. It looks like gold is near the all-time highs. Cash, the dollar, is at all-time highs. And the reason for this is, Bitcoin, another reason for this at least is, Trump loves the dollar. Despite what he says about crypto and what he says about Bitcoin, his number one is always going to be the dollar. It's like having a wife and a side chick. For Trump, the dollar is the wife, and Bitcoin, crypto, whatever you can call it, could be the side chick. He's always going to favor the dollar over Bitcoin. Maybe one of the reasons why people are going into cash, but this ain't going to last forever, because eventually when the 10-year hits, normally if it hits 5% or close to 5%, the bond market goes up. And then when that happens, people generally go look for, other places that can give you more yield. That's what tends to happen. And, other places could be Bitcoin, could be stocks, could be anything. The VIX is going slightly back up. When we had that liquidation in December, the VIX shot up to about 35. Historically, whenever the VIX goes up above 30, it means it's time to buy. And every single time this happens, it goes above, above 30, close to 30, the market reverses shortly after. But if you have cash on the side now, there is a lot of advantage in terms of there's so many projects on discounts. This is the bearish stuff that's happening. Now let's go over some of the bullish stuff that's happening. Number one, don't do as they say, do as they do. That the famous saying. Blackrock just bought 600 million worth of Bitcoin. It's not a lot. It's change for them, but at least they're buying the dip, which shows sometime in the future we are going to continue to go higher. At the same time, we've got China. Rumors are that China is going to integrate the blockchain into its national data infrastructure by the end of 2029. So it means that China is slowly going to implement crypto in everyday life within their system. So they're going to be mass adopting China. There's a bunch of other countries at the same time, that is trying to make Bitcoin is reserve currency. There was a small little city, I don't know where it was, I forgot the country, but even they are implementing Bitcoin as a reserve currency. This is what tends to happen. It's called the gains theory, where if one country, there's rumors that obviously Trump is saying is going to make Bitcoin, a reserve currency for the US. When that happens, other countries don't want to be left behind. So what they do is they go and buy Bitcoin as well. And it's called the gains theory. And it's kind of playing out already, meaning that eventually, within the next year or two, you can see a lot more countries starting to buy Bitcoin, because they don't want to have one country holding all of the cryptocurrency, so that everyone kind of gets into it. That's how it works. Like the same thing with the nuclear weapon. When the US became a nuclear power, all the other countries rushed to get nuclear weapons as well. That's most likely what's going to happen with Bitcoin as well. We also have so even Thailand now is going to be implementing crypto payments for tourists in Phuket. And this is Thailand's, I think, is the most visited country in the world. So if they start implementing crypto, this is how mass adoption starts. So there's a lot of bullish news, despite the market going down, despite Bitcoin crashing, Ethereum crashing. There's a lot of stuff happening behind closed doors that when the smart money buys, you buy as well. You don't sell now when everything's down and get panicky, because those smart money is buying your bags, and then in a few weeks, they're just going to push the price back up. But what I think is happening currently, I think there's a little bit of uncertainty in the markets. Keep in mind, FOMC minutes is probably happening right now. I'm 100% sure it's happening at 7 p.m., which is, for me, is 7 p.m. now. Yeah, it's happening right now. So you guys can go listen to FOMC in the background or something. I want to know what the Fed is going to say. I'll have to listen. But we've had, some of the data that's come out today. We've basically had, where is it? We had initial jobless claims going down, which is realistically good because there's less unemployment. More people have money, but it's not good for inflation. This is where the uncertainty comes from. We've had jobless claims go down as well. We've had continuous jobless claims, initial jobless claims. All of these stuff are going down, which is good. Realistically is good, but because the market is concerned about inflation, the market dumps when these good news happens. This is why this is why the Fed is historically is impossible for the Fed. It's almost impossible. It's not impossible. They have had soft landings before, or it's almost impossible to have a soft landing. And the reason is because you have to give up one or the other. Is either you let inflation go crazy and unemployment can stay strong, because if unemployment is strong, inflation goes up, or you let inflation come down and you let unemployment go up. That's what happens when you increase interest rates. 9 times out of 10, unemployment is going to go up. When you cut interest rates, inflation goes up. So you have to find a medium in the middle, which is almost impossible. And that's why back in September, when I said the 50 BPS rate cut is bad news, because the market was pumping, everyone thought I was stupid. But now you're seeing the results of the Fed cutting too early, because inflation is going back up. This is why cutting 50 BPS at that point was not healthy for the markets. And because people live in the moment, the market was rallying. The first rate cut after years, the market rallied for a couple of months. And look at now, everything's back down to September lows. The market has given all those gains back now. So now you just look like an idiot, because yes, I'll guarantee you most people did not take profits in between September to now, because they thought the market is going to keep rallying, more rate cuts, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, when every single time the Fed has cut 50 basis points, the first initial rate cut, it means there's something to be worried about. They're concerned about something. At that point, it was unemployment, but then now unemployment's not the issue. Now it's back to inflation. And Trump came out and said one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard. He said interest rates are too high, inflation is too high. How does that make sense? If inflation is too high, that means interest rates need to go higher to tame that inflation. How can interest rates be too high and inflation be too high as well? This just shows how stupid some of these presidents truly are, bro. Anyways, let's go over some of the chat. T13, good to see you. Merkel, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. King Casper, Sunboy, good to see everyone in the chat. I'm annoyed seeing all these trash AI agents performing multiple X's. Your gems, like all AGI, still haven't. Well, look, yeah, to be fair, all pumped around 4-5x at the heights, and then obviously come down with the rest of the market. AGI pumped about 3x from the lows, and then it came down with the rest of the market about 3.5x, which is, I would say, is fairly decent for a high cap. AGI is a high cap project. It's not a low cap, or is much of a low. That's why I did like a 5 to 6x. I think you almost reached 30 cents, which is pretty decent. And then you got, the reason these low cap AI agents perform is because there's no liquidity. So, if your liquidity is 300-400K, a grand buy, like 1,000 buys, can push the price up. That's why they pump so much. And then, but the thing is, those pumps last like a day. Go look at the Solana ecosystem. These AI agent coins that's coming out. They literally pump for 1 or 2 days and then just dump all the way back down to the start levels where it just come out like 1 million below. That's how most of them behave. It's like you trade them. I've been trading them. It's smart to trade them and add them to your long-term bags. That's what I've been doing. That's what my group has been doing as well. We've been trading a bunch of these AI agent coins. Majority of them are terrible. You just trade them, make like 3, 4, 5, 10x, 20x, 30x, get your money out, and start adding to your long-term holds. Because your long-term holds are going to stay there, whereas a majority of these AI agents are just going to die down. Most of them die and just disappear. Because, like I said, there's no docs teams behind these. They can rug the project and no one's going to care. And this happens every time. You have a period of time where a narrative gets hot and you see 1,000 these AI agents launch out of nowhere. A majority of them are scams with no real products, with no backings, nothing. A few of them are legit. The legit ones stay, they do well. The shit ones disappear after a week or two. All these AI agents you're talking about that's performing T13, check in a week's time, I guarantee you they will be forgotten about and dumped. I've seen it multiple times. The good ones, the ones that have unique utilities, they tend to stay and perform well throughout the weeks. The ones that are just average copycats like launch pads and stuff, they die within 2 days. I was trading one the other day. It was called SAI. I bought it at like 6 million or some shit. And then just like a 200 pound or $200, whatever. I got out at like 8, 9. Now it's sitting at less than 1 million or 2 million. That's how quick they died. That was like 2 days. In the space of 2 days, it went from, I think it reached at the heights of like 15 to 20 million. And it went back down to like 1 to 2 million in the space of a day. They just dump very fast. There's a lot of discounts across the board. Exactly. There's so many discounts right now. We'll go over some of them in a few seconds. Alts getting hammered. Alts are getting hammered, bro. They are getting hammered. I'm worried about TET, but for real is looking bad. We'll huddle against FUD. There's not really no FUD against TET. It's just that it hasn't been performing. And because it hasn't been performing, all the weak hands have got out. And now because the market is dumping with the market. So look, there's nothing to be concerned about realistically because, like I said, the whole team's doxed. They're winning awards. They're doing other stuff. It's just a little bit of a mess right now. I think the FUD will roll over. But right now, it's not looking the best for TET, I'll be honest with you. Ross, good to see you. Trust, good to see you. Oliver, good to see you. Beam, good to see you. Fizz, good to see you. But Sniffed and Luggers, never the market. But yeah, look, these two coins just doesn't want to dump. And they, I think LogX just broke his all-time highs a few days ago. But Sniffed just doesn't want to dump. Despite how low the market goes, how much liquidation happens, it just continues to hold this level. I haven't seen it below 4 cents in a while. It just doesn't want to go down below here. It almost wicked back up to the all-time highs and then came back down. Same thing with LogX. LogX broke and put in a new all-time high. And then now is dumping slightly. I wouldn't say it's dumping major. It's a slight little dump after breaking the all-time highs. This was the all-time highs before around these regions. Yeah, it just put in a new all-time high. So these are very fundamentally good projects. Like LogX, people be sleeping on this, but this is in terms of DEX and volume and it's getting adopted very quickly. It's getting adopted very, very quickly. They're doing a lot of good stuff. They're becoming a super DeFi app. They've got literally, 50 million LogX staked, which is a lot. There's a lot of tokens staked, and they're giving very good APY. They were the number 2 DeFi options volume ranked with 100K volume. I think they've reached over, 1 billion volume worldwide ever since it's come out. But they're working very quickly with the roadmap. Whatever they say in the roadmap, they're getting there quick. They're not just stalling. They're getting quick. Just a few weeks ago or a month or two ago, had the options market. Now it's added something new. Then they're going to add the launch pads. They're going to add RWA. Then they're going to add gaming. And eventually this will become a very, very solid project. Another update for you guys was Munity. Munity just now migrated, well, not migrated, but they've also just launched on Beam. So Munity now is listed on Aerodome, which I think is a very, very good. There's not a lot of good gaming projects on Base, and now that Munity is on there, it's a solid addition. I think this is a very good move because eventually they're also going to be on Beam. So they're going to be on Ethereum, Base, and Beam, and I think that's very bullish. The next step for these guys is to launch their main game, which is going to be on Beam, and they're also going to be trading on Beam as well. So I think that's going to be very good as well. But yeah, and there's another update on Star. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but look, these agents, the story is making. The only thing I would say that this project needs to do now is start doing AMAs. But I think because the team is Chinese, I don't know if they can speak English or not, but they're forming big partnerships. They've just partnered with Sonic EVM, which is one of the biggest launch this year. This was a massive launch. It's on Solana. It's the first SVM launch on Solana. There's a bunch of big backers behind this, some solid exchanges. They've launched on some tier ones, OKX, Bybit, and some tier threes as well. But this is a massive project that they've partnered. But I think the best thing about this is the AI agent kit. So what you can basically do is this agent. I don't know if you guys can hear the volume or not. I don't think you can. But you can basically tell this agent to basically buy you $10 worth of BTC, whatever, and you'll carry out the transaction. It's like a Lucy. What Lucy can do, this can do the exact same thing. So you'll successfully purchase $10 worth of Bitcoin. The ID is here. So then obviously it'll send you to the blockchain, and you can see that they've purchased them $10 worth of BTC. And then they can also build smart contracts. Deploy ERC contract name, whatever that is. You can put the name on there. Max supply, 1 million. And then look, within seconds, it makes the smart contract for you. There you go. Your smart contract is done. Now you can send tokens there. This is good for developers, for projects. It has a real use case. And that's why I told you guys, look for AI agents with unique features. I haven't seen an AI agent, even on Solana and stuff, to do what these guys are doing. So when people catch on, because it's a newer project, when people do catch on to the project, is likely to do very well. It's a brand new project. People don't realize that Starry is a brand new project. It came out literally 3-4 months ago. It came out at the end of September. So it's very, very new. Most people don't know about it. Very, very good use case. Jamie, good to see you, brother. Cook, good to see you. Ozzy, good to see you as well, brother. T-Fert, everyone should grab a small bag of I think you can Blackrock. I don't disagree with you, actually. I think decentralized science has a narrative. I think it will pump. And I am also looking for some decentralized science coins. I have a few on my radar. I might buy some today because they have dropped a decent amount. And I don't disagree with you. I do think the decentralized science narrative could take off because I'm looking at NVIDIA potentially looking to bring decentralized science and start adopting, making decentralized science stuff. I'm also looking at a bunch of the tier ones, talking about decentralized science. For example, like you said, CZ, he's been talking about it. And I do think it can become a narrative. I do agree with you. It won't be a big narrative, but it can pump for like a couple of days, maybe a week or something. So I don't disagree with you. Like decentralized science and AI agents can go together as well. Whatever, place you can put AI agents at. And I think AI agents and DeFi can be integrated. And I think that could be massive. I think AI and gaming could be massive. I think AI can be and will be implemented with every single thing in our lives. Everything, including crypto. These AI agents will make anything possible. That's why AI is always going to be the biggest narrative. There were so many people last year, all these retarded YouTubers were saying, oh, AI is a bubble. AI is a bubble. It's going to pop soon. AI is a bubble. It's never going to do well. Those people are stupid. They don't understand. They're saying AI is a bubble. They don't hold the AI coins. As time went on, as they realized they were just talking shit, as they realized it was never going to happen, AI is going to continue to get bigger. That's why NVIDIA is NVIDIA just passed Apple. That's how you know AI is massive right now. When Nvidia, a brand new, it's not brand new, but it was very unknown. The last 2 to 3 years, Nvidia has been going parabolic. That just shows the level of adoption that AI is getting in the markets. Okay, good to see you, Jobin. Good to see you. Good to see everyone in the chat. Skillers, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate that as well. Loading my bag of a lot of the top picks. Mavia buy right now. I don't think Mavia is not a bad. I don't think it's a bad buy right now. To be honest with you, I don't think Mavia is a bad buy. It's literally at the all-time lows, around sitting at what, $86. This is $28 million in market cap, which is crazy to even think about. Mavia is not a bad project. I just want to see if it's close to idle price or not. If you can get this at idle price, you're laughing. It's very close to idle price. Idle is 80. If you can get this the same level as these guys, that means these guys are only like 50, 60% up, which is not realistically a lot. So, I would not be sleeping on Mavia. I genuinely think AI gaming is going to be the next big narrative. I think that. And the reason I say that is because, what's their names? Nvidia has made a gaming AI chip, and Elon Musk is making AI gaming. It's only a matter of time before we get a category on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, AI gaming. And once that happens, all these AI gaming coins will go parabolic. All of them. That's just like when AI agents got added to CoinGecko as a category. All of those AI agents that was in there went parabolic. That's how it works. That's how you catch these shit early, bro. Velo's not too bad, but I'll be honest. It's a bit old and it's a bit high in market cap, but I don't think it's a bad project at all. And I think, yeah, but it's just too high in market cap, bro. Look how much dilution is still left. It's just not worth. I personally don't think it's worth, but I still don't think it's a bad project. I think overall it's decent. Appreciate that, buddy. Andy, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate that as well. BTC possible come down. I don't think so. No, I think the key levels that this is the key levels about 92k. I was expecting about 94 to 94 and a half, and that's it kind of wicked down below that. But this is a strong level of support here. So I think right now, while we're on the live, FOMC is happening as we speak. So after this live, I have to check out what the Fed is saying, because it's literally live right now, FOMC minutes. So I want to know what the Fed's tone is, because that's basically going to dictate the market for this month. If the Fed is bearish and hawkish, then very, very likely the market is just going to be stagnant between 91k to 90k, maybe a wick below, as high as 100k. So you could just consolidate like we did here, but not in a downwards pattern, but just in a normal consolidation form. The problem with that is it becomes choppy for the altcoins. That's the only problem. That's the only problem. It becomes choppy for the altcoins, because when the Bitcoin makes a move up here, some of the alts don't follow. But when Bitcoin comes down here, it becomes choppy. The altcoins go down. So that's something you have to take in consideration. It could be, I think right now, everyone's just waiting for Trump to come into office. So until he comes into office, probably in like 12 days, I think it is, the market is just going to be sideways. That's it. Market is going to be sideways. So I'm not concerned at all, to be honest. People forget that Trump literally bought Ethereum down here. During the big December crash, when everyone's shitting their pants, Trump was buying, I think he bought like 2-3 million worth of Ethereum during that time. So of course you have to realize these guys are going to come into office. I can imagine all of Trump kids are in crypto. He's in crypto. They're going to pump their own bags, bro. They're going to pump their own bags. That's why don't do as they tell you, do as they say. And like I told you, Blackrock is buying. Where's that shit gone? Blackrock is buying today. If Blackrock is buying, don't start panicking and being scared and fucking selling, trying to buy back lower. That's stupid shit that a lot of people do. Accumulate, wait. This game takes a lot of patience. Like, you wait 4 years for an alt season, But during that 4 years, it's not easy. But when we're coming towards the end of the 4 years, where the alts can outperform Bitcoin and you can make some good money. You've made it through the last 3 years. I don't get why. There was people in my free Telegram group almost ready to capitulate. One guy said, "I'm gonna sell my shit, come back at like a Q3 or some shit." Like, bro, you've just stayed around for 3 years. Why the fuck are you capitulating now? It doesn't make sense. But that's how the market gets you. When people like that start capitulating, you should be accumulating because those are retail. When it gets hard for them, it means the institutions are doing their job. That's what these guys this is what this manipulation is for, is to shake all of you guys out so only they can make the majority of the money. And then when the market pumps, you guys come back in and you become exit liquidity. You guys buy while they sell. That's how it works. That's how this market works. Khalid, walaikum salam, my friend. Hope you're doing very well. Hey G, Snift is holding awesome, great, deserve more attention from the other YouTube. I appreciate you, my friend. I think Snift will do very, very well. And the more bullish announcements they make, the more attention they get. And it just shows that no one wants to sell their bags. And I think that's massive. If no one wants to sell their bags, the price is going to go higher when the market reverses. That's why this coin is so solid. Like, you're not going to find low cap projects of this quality, in my opinion. Something that that caters to the next narrative. AI gaming, as I said, is going to be the next big narrative. And if you have a coin that's sitting at a very low market cap, 6 million, with less than 1x dilution, so there's not a lot of investors that can literally dump on you. Let's go over. Let me just show you guys the vesting schedule, because I think it's important, just so you guys can understand. The selling pressure for this is minimum selling pressure. Look at this. The airdrop is done. The investors are getting their tokens slowly, but guess what? They're not even up on the investments. They're probably just about broke even. So you're literally getting at the same level as the seed guys. These guys got it at 0.08. I can imagine these guys got it around 0.04, meaning that we're basically getting it at the exact same level as all these early investors, which is what you realistically want to do. Because if you get in at the lows, they're not going to dump at a loss, are they? They're not. So yeah, this is overall, the dilution for this till let's say August next year, it's going to be 12 million. It's currently sitting at 6-7 million apparently. According to this 7 million, less than 1x dilution, which is very, very good. Khalid, my friend, I appreciate the $10 correction. I still see more downside. I think the best thing to do is when you think there is more downside, you have to DCA in stages. So what I normally do is, if I think Bitcoin, I thought Bitcoin was going to go from 94 to 95, 94 and a half, I would buy 20% there. And then if it goes below that, I'll buy another 20%. And then I save my big chunk of money in case it goes below this region. In case it does. It might not ever do, but I always like to have cash on the side. So if I'm buying 20% here, 20% here, I've still got 60% to buy if it goes in these regions. Then you can have a lot more money to buy over here. And when the market bounces, you're going to be in profits a lot quicker because you've bought a majority here. As soon as it gets back to up here, you're going to be in profits again. And if you're a scalper, you can scalp because you're back in profits very quickly. But I think the next move for Bitcoin will be an explosive move up. But like I said, it all depends on Trump. A1X is not too bad. I don't think it's a bad project. I think it caters to the right narrative. That's the thing. It caters to the right narrative. It caters to AI gaming. And the AI side is not too bad. It's like a metaverse type of game. It's like a Sims type of game. If you guys ever played Sims, And ultimately, you have these AI tools that they have where you can just type in, I want like a palm tree, and it will spawn in a palm tree for you. I want a supercar, it was spawning a supercar. They got some LLMs in there as well, where you got pictures on the walls. You type in, I want a dog on there, it was spawning a dog for you. So it's like basic LLMs within the game, and it has the creation stuff where you can. But I don't think it is AI agents, but it's still AI gaming. So I don't think it's bad project. The only thing I would be concerned about is apparently from a few people in my group, when they done the research on it, the team member, the CEO has basically abandoned a few projects. So he's kind of rug pulled a few projects. That's the only downside I would say. But overall, it's not a bad trade though. I don't think it's a bad project. But just check out the two. They have some decent utility, I would say. Another bad thing about this project is it's on fucking, what's that chain called, bro? EGLD Meta something. What's that chain, man? I forgot the chain. Oh, Multiverse is built on Multiverse. Oh, all the chains in crypto. What made them choose Multiverse? That's what confused me. You could have launched on Solana. You could have launched on Ethereum. You could have launched on any base. Why are you launching on Multiverse? No one cares about Multiverse. But you what I mean in terms of their tools. So, for example, look what this guy's doing. So he types in Q Panda, and he spawns him a Q Panda. So a palm tree made out of pure. I don't know what he said, but he's just spawning in for you. That's what these that's what these AI tools can do for them. Supercar, like I told you guys. This is the exact video I watched. So, for example, look, a spectacular waterfall, and then it was spawning in for you in the game. So I don't think the use case is bad at all. I don't think it's bad at all. But let it completely correct. It needs to correct more before you buy. It needs to come down a bit more. I wouldn't buy at this price, though. Bossman, good to see. My predictions I don't really like doing predictions anymore, just because before it was easy to predict. I predicted this entire move. I predicted the top in March. I took a lot of profits in March. Then I bought again in the August lows. I called for these August lows as well. And the reason is because it was playing out exactly like the previous cycle in 2019. We had in 2019, the exact same thing happens. I think my drawings are still here from when I was talking about them. The drawings, we topped out. Then the market consolidated for about 6 months. Then it broke out. Then obviously we had the COVID crash, which is a black swan event. You can't predict black swan events. I don't think anyone can. No one would have predicted this move. There's a bunch of people that tell you they did, but it's all lies. It's all lies. You can't predict black swan events. That's why they're called black swan events. And then obviously QE started, the market went back up. But now we are in unknown territory because there's nothing to go off. There's literally nothing to go off. You can kind of go off 2016, 2019 cycle, based on the dollar. The dollar rallied in 2016 as well, and then cooled off in the first half of the year. It rallied, and then towards the start of the year, the dollar started coming back down again. And the same thing could happen again. The dollar rallied, topped out, and then started coming back down. So there's very likely the dollar could rally, top out. I think 110 maybe the highest the dollar may go to, and then before coming back down. And one of the reasons, in my opinion, the dollar could come back down is the Bank of Japan raising interest rates. Now, if you go look at the Japanese yen against the dollar, it's at all-time lows, meaning the Fed of Japan needs to intervene because they are losing their currency against the dollar. The buy power of the dollar is too high right now. And the only way to stop this is either to raise interest rates, which will crash the dollar. So, this could be a good thing. The reason I say this is because the only way to stop the dollar now is the Bank of Japan raising rates, because what will happen is everyone will sell, their coins or whatever, and they'll go and pay back the Bank of Japan. Every single time that's happened, it's also crashed the dollar along with it. Back in August, Where's August? Back in August, you know, they raised interest rates. Well, they raised interest rates in July, and in August we had this massive crash. Look how much the dollar dropped. Same thing could happen again. Now, the Bank of Japan did say they are going to raise interest rates. They did not give a specific time when they're going to do it, but they said they're going to do it at some point. So that is something to consider. That is like you could say, an event that could happen anytime this year, anytime. Could be in January, could be in March, could be in April. We don't know because they did not give a specific date, but they did say they're going to raise interest rates one more time. If the important was if things keep going the way it is, if the dollar keeps going up, which I don't think it will, there's a chance that the Bank of Japan will raise interest rates. Now, I don't think they're going to do it in Jan because they got a meeting on the 20th. I don't think they will do it just because that's Trump's, and they don't want to have a bad relationship with the president that's going to be in there for the next 4 years. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind, guys. So in terms of predictions, I don't think the market. I think we are going to start breaking out the 100. I think the next goal for Bitcoin is around 115 to 120. After that, if Bitcoin stalls there around those regions, it's very likely we'll get alt season. Very, very likely. Every single time Bitcoin stalls, the altcoin market outperforms Bitcoin because people get bored and they start ultimately, buying other coins for more risk area. People become degen, you could say. I would agree with you. I think a $5 mark is completely undervalued for Tectum. I probably would buy more Tectum as well if he's at $5. Is it? Yeah, I'll probably end up buying a little bit more. It's basically at the support line the way it always is. Basically hit $5 before. It's at the same trend line. It's at its long-term trend line. $4 here as well, or 3.5. But it's at this very important trend line. Eventually, I think it will break out. I don't think the Tectum's a scam because a scam is different. Scam don't win awards. Scams don't get government backings. It's just poor team management. The community has lost that conviction they once had because throughout this year they've had 3 CEO changes already, which I think is too much, way too much. You cannot have 3 CEO changes in 1 year. That's just too uncertainty. Like people don't like that type of shit, and that's what's happening to Tectum now. But they are building. The layer 1's coming out by February, which I think is going to be very important for the Tectum. Once it has an ecosystem, I think it will do very well. So at $5, I agree. I think it's a good buying opportunity, to be honest. Rayon, good to see you, buddy. Fast Eddie, my friend. Good evening. Hope you're doing very well. It's good to see you as well. Boys, smash the like button. It's the easiest thing you guys could do to support me. Easiest thing. It takes a few seconds, minimum effort, but it does help my channel out a lot. It pushes me in the algorithms. You guys don't realize the bigger my channel becomes, we all hold the same coins. The more gains your own coins become. When retail come in and I make a video on our coins and it pumps, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be in profits a lot more. So when you're hitting the like button, all you're doing is helping your own bags realistically. We're on this channel, most of us hold the same coins. So if my channel grows, it benefits you guys even more because you guys will make money. That's how it works. Why do you think the people that watch Alex Becker buy his coins? Because as soon as he makes a video, the shit pumps because there's more retail coming in. As more and more retail come in, they buy our coins. It's as simple as that. And it does sound bad, but there has to be winners and losers in this game. We, as investors that go through this shit every other week, where your market pumps and it dumps and you start fucking getting mad, we go through this shit for years and years. So it's okay for us to win. The people that come in up here trying to join the glory don't deserve the same amount of rewards as us guys going through all of this shit, going through all of this. So unfortunately, that's how it is. So smash the like button. Let's grow the channel. And when more retail comes in, our coins will go up as well. Swarms have ran too much, but I don't think is a bad token. I don't think it's a bad token. Swarms is Swarm AI agents. I told you guys, Swarm is the next narrative. AI infrastructure and swarms are the next narrative, because you want virtual like projects. You want AI agents that can do multiple different tasks. That's what swarm agents are. But swarm's not too bad. I just think it's ran too much, and I feel like you're better off catching the next one. Is my sound not bad? Fuck. Let me check. Yo, guys, is the sound bad? Let me know if the sound is bad. There's no way I just did no stream for this long with no sound. Yo, someone in the chat clarify, is the sound okay? Eddie, bro, what's wrong with you, man? You just stopped. You just messed it up all. I don't even know where I don't know where I was. Let me take off some shit, but it's getting a bit hot. Vera, good to see you, buddy. Any idea on forward? I don't think forward is a bad investment. I think it's very degen. It's not really dumping and it's not really going anywhere. It's down 1% throughout this dump with 140k volume. Terrible volume. However, it's not 140k. It's 10,000 volume. What the fuck? Volume is terrible. Oh, actually, it is 140k. The forward protocol is a very degen coin, my friend. You know, they are still updating. They are still expanding, you could say. So they've integrated with a few different chains over here. They've collaborated with a few other people. They've formed new partnerships. They're giving new updates. I don't think it's a bad project. I just think the team needs to collaborate a bit more. But they're like a working business outside of crypto, which is okay in the sense. But like I said, if it doesn't need the token, then you don't need to hold the token either. That's the way I look at. That's the way I look at it, bro. Delario, good to see you, my friend. Are you out of sight, or you think it's a good hold? I skimmed some profits of it. I think it was up like 5x. I woke up and it was up like 5x. I was surprised because the whole market was dumping. I just had a trim today actually, but my hair's a bit messy. My hair's a bit messy though. Gabriel, good to see you. I'm still holding it though. I'm still holding it a little bit, yes. Super, my friend, good to see you. Super is a very good TA guy in my group. He does all the TA for me. But soon he will be replaced by the AIs. there's like AIs now that do TA, which is crazy. But yeah, super good to see you, buddy. Jake, happy new year, buddy. It's been a while since I've seen you here, but it's good to see you. Swap some CAS for Mavia on some current dip. IRL long term, good decision. I think that's a very good decision. I think Casper, what is the price of Casper? I want to see if Casper can break this 10-cent region, because if it breaks the 10, which it doesn't look like it wants to, you'll most likely go down to these regions again, because that's the next level of support after 8 to 9 cents. So the next major support is going to be around 4 to 5 cents. I want to know if they break it. I don't think it will break though. The Casper community is a cult. The cults don't normally break that easily. But yeah, it's I think is a fantastic move, my friend. I think it's a very good move. I think Mavia will have his time. I think maybe Q3, maybe Q4. I think gaming will have a very explosive move. And you guys kind of want to position yourself a little bit early, because like I said, when the market goes up, these coins go up with the market. So Mavia goes up with the market. And this is something you guys have to take in consideration. Mavia was one of the most hyped gaming projects of last year and let's say this year, well, not this year, but let's say last year, look at the price action. This is not because Mavi is a shit project, it's because the gaming narrative is dead. So then when people complain about OTK being, low volume or, not doing anything, bro, this has been doing very well. It pumped up to 5 cents, corrected. Done that like 2 times now. Pumped up to like 5 cents. It won't show on here, but it pumped up to almost 6 cents back in August times. Rallied back up, done the same thing again when the market got bullish, and then came down. And OTK is not as hyped as Mavia, and this is performing fairly well. It's just like gaming narrative is dead. It's either you stick to the gaming narrative, have something in there, or you get out and put in something else, your choice. But I like to have something in there because I think gaming is going to pump at some point. Either when GTA comes out, or if some big gaming, like when Off the Grid comes back, I think there'll be some sort of interest in gaming because that game has done very well in Web 2 and it's a Web 3 project. So I do think gaming will come back. And I think if you're taking advantage of these moments, you will be rewarded. Getting rich is never easy. Like, bro, people think crypto is easy. Bro, it happens. This type of shit happens every cycle. So much manipulation. Once everyone's happy, once everyone's filled their bags, then the market goes up. That's how it works. Market goes up nicely. And now, like I said, if Blackrock is accumulating, because they know these guys are the market movers, bro. We're not market movers. The whales are the market movers. When they accumulate, you accumulate. You don't pussy out and get scared and start capitulating. You accumulate. Or if you don't have money to accumulate, just fucking don't go on your phone for a bit. It's not rocket science. Because, like I said, look how quickly the market moves. We went from getting to like 110 almost, coming down, rallied back up, everything was pumping again. And then we came back down and the market gave all the gains back. That's how it is. This is how it is until alt season happens. And when alt season finally happens, everyone gets rewarded. Like you have to go through a couple of years, 3-4 years, let's say 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years of not making money. And then boom, in a slap of a finger, in a couple of months, you can make the most stupid amounts of money when alt season happens. And the reason people don't make money in crypto is they either capitulate too early or they don't take profits. That's what it is. If you capitulate too early, you're not going to make money. And if you don't take profits, you're not going to make money. But the thing is, these things move. They do move. And when they do move, you have to take advantage and maybe take some off the table. I think it's smart to do that. When you start seeing dominance, going down maybe like, I don't know, 55, 54 regions again, take some profits off the table. That way you're not crying if the market corrects again. You got something off the table. Okay, let's go over some very good DCAs today. Let's go over some very good DCAs because let's look at the chart. So I think OTK is a good DCA. I think OR is a very, very good DCA. For those of you guys that missed OR, right now it's a solid DCA. Very solid DCA. I think I added here as well. It came down to 13.5. That's crazy, guys. That's ridiculous to think OR came down that low. But yeah, I would be accumulating some alt right now. I think, I think you'll bounce back with the markets. I think you'll do very, very well. They've had some very good updates in terms of they're getting more and more KOLs involved now. They've just added a new KOL. I think they got 4 big KOLs on Twitter, and that's what their next goal is. So they got a town hall soon. I want to listen to what they have to say. I want to see what the updates are, what they're looking to do. I think the next thing for this is probably exchange listings. I think that's where they're going to go to next. And the tier 1 is on their roadmap. And I think a tier 1 is very possible. And one thing I've noticed about OR is they always get the KOLs from Binance. So there's some sort of connection there. Where every single KOL they have a link to Binance. It's like Binance ambassador, Binance partner, Binance this. They all work for Binance, the KOLs for Binance. So like I said, I think at some point this year, we could potentially see OR on Binance with all the connection it has with it. I would not be surprised. I think eventually we are going to see OR on Binance Alpha. And once that happens, it's going to garner a lot of hype around alt, because once people find out what alt really is and what it does, people are going to be surprised. It's a very good project. So this is a very good project that, very good DCA today. What else is a good DCA? Let's have a look. Nuclei is another good one, actually. Nuclei is another good one. I want to make this very, very clear, because there's always some sort of misinformation on Nuclei. I don't know where they get this from, but it's 25% in circulation. The max supply is max supply. There's no more going to be added to circulation. I don't know whether some guy was talking about this. 25% in circulation. All the early investor tokens are locked up for 1 year. So there's not really early investors that can dump on you. There's literally no unlocks till February. The ecosystem have stopped it. The stakers have stopped it. The node rewards have stopped it. So till February, there's nothing that can really dump on you. It's just the people that are buying and selling that's dumping. So there's not a lot of people selling pressure for this. They're looking for more exchanges. That's what the team said. They're forming more and more partnerships. And I think it's the best project on Avalanche in terms of AI. I think this is part of the Fetch AI, what's it called? Foundation. So they've got partners with AI Peak, the Bosch Global. They've partnered with Filecore Foundation for the data problem. Their aim is to solve the data problem. So there's a lot of bullish things about this project. They're working. They've got a working product. People utilizing them in Web 2 and in Web 3. And I've heard Web 2 corporations. They're going to be forming partnerships with massive Web 2 companies. I don't know which ones they are, but there was some big names when I seen it. Some big names. So that's to look forward to in this project as well. This is another one that you guys should consider. Nuclei, they are going to be getting more exchange listings. They've got plenty of liquidity in terms of money. Nothing to be concerned about in that aspect. The team's not selling. They've made plenty of money, I can imagine. From up here to down here, they probably sold a decent amount, I can imagine, including the early investors. All these guys made ridiculous money on this project. Alex Becker may shill it one day. We don't know 100%. He showed it once. He might shill it again. No one knows. But this is another good discount on the table. Prop base, very good discount on the table. I don't know if you guys seen the update for 2025, but they gave an update for 2025. I'm pretty sure I shared it on my Twitter. You guys need to follow my Twitter. I share the updates on here all the time on our projects. So if I see something bullish, I'll repost it. But this is the 25 roadmap. Let me you guys what they're talking about. So they're going to have more exchange listings, which I think is very important. They're going to have a DeFi integration into obviously RWA. They're going to have more property listings. They're going to have more prop-based adoption in terms of the roadmap. They're going to have a tokenomic update. So they're going to reduce inflation rate. So they're going to reduce maybe, I don't know, slow down team token unlocks, slow down certain unlocks, maybe implement a burn mechanism. They're going to reduce the inflation, which is going to be very, very good. They're going to have a full product suite live, app creation. So they are going to be making the app, which I think is ideally what everyone's kind of waiting for. This is all coming in Q1. So while we don't plan to lock dates in majority of these are all planned for this year with SEX, DEX, Apex, property listing, all in Q1. They're going to have more listings in Q1. And I think, these guys have a cult-like community as well. Every single time on Twitter, RWA becomes the narrative. This is amongst the top 10, along with Relio, most talked about altcoins on Twitter. And, Twitter grows bigger and bigger. More retail comes in. I think Twitter is like the hub for crypto. So if you're with the top 10 most talked about altcoins, you're going to perform well. So that's one benefit. Softlex, good to see you, buddy. So this is another good DCA, sitting at $26 million in market cap, which is fairly low. This, I would not be surprised. You know, I think it ought to be massive. I would not be surprised if this sits at $1 billion in market cap. The only downside is on Aptos. That's the only downside, but it's also on base, so that's another advantage, I would say. So this is another good DCA, and they already got decent exchange listings already. Not the worst exchange listings, fairly good. Software, good to see you, bro. Ryan, good to see you. How come Alchemist AI with no team docs? It's just hype, bro. Just hype. And they have a pretty decent utility as well. Don't forget that. Utility is not bad. Do you think how the recession is going to affect the 4-year cycle? I don't think we'll see a recession for a while, bro. We're not seeing a recession for at least another 6 months, in my opinion. So you don't have to worry about recession now. I would start worrying about recession at the latter half of 2020, 2025. I wouldn't be worried about recession now. We're not in the recession talks right now. If unemployment is strong, and the labor force is strong, you can't have a recession. They've already changed the definition of a recession back in 2022. If the normal recession definition stayed, we would have already been in a recession. A recession would have already been announced the last 2 years, but they changed the definition. They can change it again if they wanted to. You know, throughout the years, the definition of a recession was 3 consecutive negative GDPs. We had that already. We had 4 consecutive negative GDPs. That's 4. So that you know, by that definition, we would have already been in a recession. But they changed the definition. Now, it mostly relies on, you know, the day of the jobs market. If everyone's out of jobs, I would say the most important one is the unemployment rate. If unemployment is doing okay, we could not be in a recession because the economy is still doing decent. I think the recession will come. Is inevitable. Recession always happens at the end of the business cycle. Recessions are normal in the fiat system. They're normal. You have to take advantage of it. You know, people don't realize that these recessions and stuff are very, very good $1 million making opportunities. You can make millions in a recession. People don't realize this. People don't understand how money works, how the system works. That's how they stay broke. If you're a smart person, you would want a recession. Obviously, you would want to make money now. And then when you go into the recession, you want to have as much cash as possible ready to deploy, because you get everything pennies on the dollar. And if you know how the system works, after the recession, they always print their way out. Unless the cash system goes, the fiat system goes, which I think is still a bit too early. I think maybe in the next 20 years, 15 years, maybe the fiat system comes, maybe CBDCs or some shit comes. Then the system can change. Then you have to find new ways of making money. But for now, you have to take advantage of the business cycle, the recession cycles, you know, the fiat system pretty much. Because at the end of the cycle, there's always a recession. Well, at the end of the business cycle, sorry, there's always a recession. During that, you know, that period, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of recession, the Fed just comes out and spends trillions, prints out trillions to boost the economy, go into economic expansion. And that's how you make money. When you buy during that time, you wait. Some weeks your bags will be down 20%, 30%. Some weeks you'll be break even. Some weeks will be up 10, 20%. You have to keep going through that shit until QE comes. And when QE comes, you're going to make ridiculous amounts of money because you're ahead of the sheep, the herd. You're already there. You've been there. You're just waiting for it to happen. When QE happens, everyone else will normally start jumping on it later on. By that time, you're probably already up 10, 20x. So you have to take that in consideration, guys. Massa's not too bad, bro. Not a bad project. Greek, good to see you. Like and buy the fear. Very well said. Yeah, AKA is not too bad, actually, bro. We actually traded this in the private group. We traded this. I think it's AI agent / gaming. I don't think the project itself is good, but what I like about it is Bloomsverse, whatever it is the company, whether the team behind AKA as a product is dog shit, but because the team behind it is so good, and that's the token they're going to use to develop whatever they want to develop, it makes AKA worth it. But we got into AKA very early. I think it was around 5-6 million, up like 10x. I've been trading it. I traded at like 20 million. I think it's sitting at 50 million now. A bunch of people in my group bought earlier. I actually told Khalid to buy that one when it was sitting around 22, 23 million. So if he listened, he would have been up around 2.5x. Everything launches are virtual, mostly up. Yeah, virtual stuff are pumping. Look for some chains on new chains. For example, there was one on Suda done very well. Forgot the name though. I don't know why people panic. Like LogX is fundamentally a good project. There's no reason for you to sell it. I would rather get rid of fucking AMU, that dog shit project, over LogX. If you're gonna have a DeFi project, just hold LogX. You kind of need a DeFi project, and out of AMU and LogX, I would go with LogX 100%. I think we finally started seeing Binance listings after Jan 20. Finally going against that. Yes, look, one of the main reasons that all these exchanges are kind of hesitant on listings is because of Gary Gensler. I think one of the main reasons, because obviously the crypto market is manipulated. Obviously, everyone knows this. Because the Gary Genslers there watching them like a hawk, they can't list stuff that they've backed. For example, Mavia is backed by Binance Labs. Snift is backed by Binance Labs. AI Tech AGI has some Binance connections. Alt has Binance connections. They can't list them because Chirply has Binance connections. They can't list them because it'll be classed as insider trading because they hold money in them. But once Gary Gensler's out, these exchanges can just start spamming coins they're backed by. Of course they can. There's no one else going to tell them no. That's why go with Gary Gensler going is massive, because they're going to start listing whatever the fuck they want. And that's very important, because if a low cap starts getting on Binance, the market is going to go crazy. That's when the sentiment shifts to low caps. That's how it works. When you have a low cap, 10, 15 million, maybe 5 million or some shit, gets listed on Binance, everyone starts looking lower down now. If you're happy with their gains now, they're looking lower down for more gains. And that's when the money flow goes from the high caps into the lower caps. That's all it takes. And having Gary Gensler gone will speed that process up. Chirply is loading Church by the new token in February. It's not a new token, my friend. It's the Chirp Pad. They've already got a launch pad. That's the Chirp Pad is Chirply's launch pad. They're launching a new token maybe on Chirp Pad. The first one did fairly well with some Llama AI agent coin. Did okay. So it's not a new token, Joran. It's Chirply's is already launched, but they might be launching new tokens on there. RWA is some very juicy prices. What's Bricken at now? Put some orders lower down for Bricken. I don't know if it's hit. No, they haven't hit. Bricken's another good one, to be honest, to get into in the RWA narrative. It looks like Snift is doing the same thing as AGI, 1 to 35 of its market cap. Yeah, it looks like it is, to be honest, yeah. But AGI is obviously way more established. AGI now is adding tokenization of AI agents. I think that's the first of a kind. So when they add that, that's going to be massive. I agree with you. For those that missed Alt and Sensei's come down a decent amount as well. It's not as low as it was before, but it's still down a little bit. I think it's a pretty decent DCA right now. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good DCA. It's almost kind of giving all the gains back from when the market got bullish again. And now it's sitting at, I think this is going to be a next support for Sensei now. I think this is going to be the next major support. Yeah, look at this support over here. So yeah, this is a very good time to accumulate Sensei, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Very good time to accumulate. No, there's a difference. There's some coins that do actually implement AI agents within their games. Some of them will add, like Beam implemented AI because they can get developers to implement AI. Majority, like for example, look, this token, everyone keeps talking about it, the Shockwave token, but this is all for project. This is one of the worst projects I've genuinely ever seen. This just jumps on the narrative bandwagons. When AI was bullish, they launched the token AI gaming. What the fuck? What AI are they using? They're not using no AI. Where's the AI? Go and play their Telegram games. Is you can literally go and download them and play them. Go and play these fucking games, and you're gonna instantly sell this project. It's fucking awful. Go and play this game. I played this one here, bro. It's one of the worst games I've ever played. It's like you can't even control it. And they're saying is AI games. Yes, it's okay for a Telegram standard maybe, but these are fucking awful games. They, ever since this project has been out, it's been like 2 years now. This is all they've done. They made shitty Telegram games. What the fuck is this? Go and play these games. Anyone that's bullish on this project, go play these games. Try it out for yourself, and you're gonna see. It looks like some 10-year-old made it in school, and just just like a last minute assignment. The game teacher, the teacher told them to make a game. They've made this shit as a last minute. They had 5 months. They had 2 years to make, and they came out with this. Some little 10-year-old at school, bro. That's how these games are. Fucking awful, bro. They're claiming all these projects. All they do is they kind of like implement the next narrative. But these guys' games are, I don't know, man. They're just not it. The games is not it. I don't know where AI is coming from. I think they're just jumping on the one bandwagon. It seems the game is on Alexa Games. It is on Alexa. But yeah, I'm not too bullish on Shockwaves, but because it has that narrative, it could pump. It's like I look at this as like a decent trade for like a quick trade. When the gaming gets hot, you can trade it for like 5-6x. But if everyone's bullish on this, trying to hold this long term, this ain't it, bro. AXGT is not too bad actually. I think I looked into that, but I have a few decent ones. I'm going to release them soon, but they're actually pretty decent. I need to look into it a little bit further. I'm still bullish on Chirply, but I still hold my tokens. I'm down on it, but I don't give a shit. But like I said, these are degen projects. Like, bro, when I say something is degen, that means you buy enough where you don't give a shit about. Like when I care about something, when I call something degen, it means I'm buying probably 1% or less of my portfolio. If they go down, it doesn't even. No, I don't even bat an eye. I didn't even notice that Chirply dumped this much because it's degen. When I say something's degen, I don't buy anything more than I can afford to lose. So then when the price goes down, I don't even notice it. Like when it came down here, someone shared it in my group. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even noticed. But that's how much. When I say something is degen, I really mean it. Really, really mean it. So treat these coins like degens. Don't overbuy them because they're gonna fluctuate in price. That's why they degen. That's why when I made that top 7 degen coins, I said make sure it's a small percentage of your portfolio because they degen. They can go up 20% one day. And look, when the market got bullish, at the very, very lows, it pumped a decent amount. Pumped like 9x if you count from the fucking exact, well, not 9x, but let's say 6x from the exact lows. 4x from here. The market gets bullish, they'll pump, and then they'll just give all the gains back, just like that. When the market gets bearish, they move very quickly. But I still think Chirply will do well. Like I said, this is a glimpse of when the market gets bullish, so does Chirply. Another glimpse is this. When the market gets bullish, so does Chirply. So you have to be patient with some of these degen coins. I'm bullish on Alien Base here. I'm bullish on it. Aerodome, Alien Base, both of them will do well. G-Man, wa alaikum salam, bro. Will I vote for Andrew Tate? Bro, that guy's not going to do anything, bro. All these influencers make, I doubt he will do anything. I doubt he'll get anywhere far, bro. Would you swap based AI for tech for more ROI? Market cap? No, I think based AI is solid, bro. I think based AI is solid. I think based AI will do well. I wouldn't be bearish on based AI personally. I think it'll do very well. Let me see Naka. I haven't spoken about Naka in a while. To be honest, no, I'm still bullish on Naka. Naka's been doing a lot. Oh yeah, Naka is a good buy. Damn. Yeah, Naka's not a bad buy either. This is like a safe 10 to 15x coins. Very safe 10 to 15x gaming. And the reason I don't talk about Naka too much is because gaming has been a bit dead. I don't want you guys to focus too much on gaming at the moment because the hype is AI. So I want you guys to rather buy more AI coins because I think the first narrative that's going to really pick up is AI. And then once AI pumps, we can start talking about moving our profits into gaming coins. That's what we're going to do. But these guys have been working a lot. They've been doing some very good stuff. I think this is the first gaming project. They even involving AI agents apparently. So yeah, these guys have plenty of developers. They're doing a lot of good stuff though. They've launched their mobile app, first web mobile app on gaming app at least on something. It was the first of something they said. I can't remember. But their mobile app is now live on the App Store and the Google Store. Look at that. 10,000 downloads instantly. I need to try this out actually. I want to try this out. This is very good. Nakamoto AI gaming. So they've implemented AI gaming as well. Build, train, dominate. AI gaming revolution is here. Perfect. So they cater to that narrative as well. This is good. Very good. But these guys are working. They've formed a partnership with Microsoft. I think is a good move. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm still bullish on Naka, bro. Very good volume as well. Like there's certain projects you can go a lot heavier in and get an easy 10x, 20x, and easily cash out. Naka is one of them. 15 million volume of gaming is very good. Very good. Big Gap, Bybit. Class these as like tier 2s to tier 1 exchanges. KuCoin, very good tier 2. They've got all the tier 3s, all the shit exchanges as well. They just need the tier 1 now. That's all they need is a tier 1, and I think it can happen. The reason I say I think it can happen is because the volume is very good. Very strong volume. And one thing you guys have to realize about Naka is, despite being on such a shit chain, a dead chain, Polygon is completely dead, it still performs very well. Look how dead Polygon is. Shit is fucking dead, bro. The volume's 8 million. Polygon is finished. It's gone. It's finished. Maybe it can make a comeback when the SEC gets off their case. But right now it's dead. Or sniffed. I'm up by alt now though. I wouldn't buy sniffed now. Sniffed is up like 50%. When I shared sniffed, it was sitting about 2.4, 2.5 on YouTube. I think it was a bit lower for the private, but it's almost double that now. So I wouldn't buy this now. I'd buy alt now, which is down a lot. You want to buy projects that's down. You don't want to buy the projects that's up. Alt is down right now, so it's better to buy this. Don't forget, don't fight the Fed. Yeah, well, the Fed's gone now anyway, so we don't need to fight them anymore. Depending on the quality of the project and the vesting, I tend to wait for something to dump, and once it consolidates, I'll buy in. And then when it pumps, I'll moonbag it because afterwards, after like a couple of weeks, it will just dump back down again. So the best thing to do is buy in when it consolidates, when it pumps, because they always pump, and then what I would do then is I would take profits from my initial bag, moonbag it, depending on the market conditions. Obviously, if the market conditions are, it will continue to pump. And then once you moonbag it, it might come back down and you get better buying opportunities. That's what I normally do. VDA is not too bad. VDA is not too bad, Troy. Not too bad at all. Looks decent. It just explodes out of nowhere, but it's not too bad. Freeball, a good price. I would say no. I would buy other projects before I would buy a Freeball, bro. Yeah, I would buy other projects before I buy a Freeball. Definitely. I'd buy Naka over Freeball. Oh, AGXT, yeah, is a Tau DC. Yeah, that shit pumped too much though. That shit will pump way too much. But small wisdom AI. Bought small bag of Wisdom AI and Polygon AI. Oh, fuck Wisdom AI, but I don't like that. HMP or bird flu. It's not going to be a Black Swan event unless there's a lockdown. That's the only Black Swan event. Hamzilla, good to see you, bro. Bro, that shit's not going to happen. I think people won't fall for that shit twice. From Eddie, yeah, boys, hit the likes. Lithium. Lithium. One thing you have to realize with lithium is price action is very, very highly correlated to Casper. I don't know why, because I don't know why it happens, but is somehow correlated to Casper. So when you see Casper is pumping, so does a lithium. When Casper's not doing nothing, so is a lithium. And I don't like projects that that rely on something else to pump. I think there's better layer ones than Casper. I mean, to a lithium. Lithium's not even a low cap, but it was $100 million market volume, which shows there's not a lot of interest in this project. Not a lot of interest at all. Personally, I'd rather have Tectum over lithium, bro. Tectum's like double lower in market cap. The volume's not as low, but still. Supra is a very good layer one. If this drops to around 2 cents or something, I would buy Supra. Supra is fundamentally a very good layer one. No tier ones, not even like any decent tier twos. It's got 4 exchanges. It doesn't even have a DEX yet. Supra is a good one. This is another good layer one to keep an eye out. And the market cap's only like 50, 60 million difference. Bro said the bigger the channel becomes, the longer the waiting list. That's funny, that is. Bought some Sensei and Chirply. I think that's a good move, my friend. I think, look, don't think Chirply is like a top gem. Don't think of it like that. Think of it as like a D-gem coin. But Sensei is a top gem. Sensei is a top gem. Yeah, boy, smash the like button, subscribe, do all of that, bro. Thank you very much. Good to see you, decent. Where do you check sentiment, social orders, BTC closer to cycle top? There's I normally use what you guys can use. You have to pay for it, obviously. Nothing's free, but you can use Glassnode. That's one. You could use Into the Cryptoverse. That's another one. I would say those two are the best. ArtTrade is in my what it is, but the only reason I took it off was because like when ArtTrade was up too much, so I didn't want you guys to buy the top, so I took it off the honorable mention or the top list. But I still hold this. I think it will do very well on the RWA list. But when I was gonna add it in, it was up here, and I felt dirty adding it up here because I don't want anyone to buy the top. But like when I got in, it was down here, and then when I was thinking of adding ArtTrade and Bricken, like it was like up here, it was up like 4-5x or some shit. So I don't want to add it in there because some guy must have thought, oh, yeah, because ArtTrade is a good project, right? But when it's up here, people think it's a good project. So then what tends to happen is they come and buy it, and it obviously at the top is always going to dump down. So that's why I took it off, Paul. But I still like this project, and I still believe in it. I think it'll do very well. But I didn't want to add it on here because it was just too high. It pumped too much, and I didn't want to add it on here. But ArtTrade is still a very good project. I'll probably add it in now because it's dumped quite a lot. But even then, it's like ArtTrade is $40 million in market cap. Bricken's sitting at like probably like less than 20. Let's see, how much is Bricken? Bricken's sitting at 24. Prop base is sitting at 26. Like almost double the market cap. I think Relio is even lower market cap than that. Even Relio is 48 now. But even Relio is almost the same market cap as as ATR. So then obviously I'd rather buy these ones over ATR. That's the way I look at it. At one point, ATR was like 80, $90 million in market cap at the very heights. 83, almost 90. I don't want anyone buying ATR at 83 million market cap. There's no point. There's no point at that point, bro. Thoughts on SMT? SMT is not too bad. I prefer other RWA coins over SMT. I prefer, and I still hold SMT in my portfolio as a moon bag, but I don't recommend you guys buying it though. It's just not it. But like in terms of RWA, it's not it. It's too old. It has a very like niche use case, and it doesn't really perform that well. Like this here is like a 3x. It's like a 3x pump. It's not a lot. Even down here, it's done about 6x, I think. Where most good RWA has done 10x, 12x. This was good to buy back in 2022, bro. During the 2022 crash, like down here was perfect to buy. This is when I got in here. When it was just flat for such a long time, that's when you buy. When something's flat for this long, you have to start DCAing it on a project that you believe. This is what people don't realize, bro. Like, I guarantee you, when this came out at the heights of the last cycle, everyone called it a scam because it did this. But in reality, it just launched at the wrong time and then boom. See? That's what happens. I'm not going on X to look for your coins, but that's too long. Bro said it sounds good enough. I've recently looked into Schoolful and Octavia. Thoughts on this? Appreciate the $5, my friend. Schoolful AI is not a fundamentally bad project. The project itself is completely fine. Not School, sorry. Skillful AI. It's the only thing you have to be careful of these projects is the dilution and the vesting schedule. And there's a lot of good projects this year, but the thing that ruins them is the vesting schedule. So when you look at Sky, one of the most, I would say, the worst thing about this project is the vesting schedule. Look at this. This is horrible vesting schedule. Look how much tokens get unlocked through. This is why this project, despite the market doing well, despite everything else pumping, it hasn't done shit. The reason it hasn't done shit is because of the vesting schedule. And I said the vesting schedule is going to ruin a lot of projects this year. This is one of them. Use case is excellent. I think Alex Becker was going to talk about this at one point. But look, the private guys are just starting to get their tokens now. They hold 10%, team holds 15, community incentives 15, treasuries, which is treasuries and the team. You can put them together, bro. Like I put them together all the time. Like, what is treasuries? Just the team tokens that can dump at any time for treasuries. They need it for emergency, whatever bullshit they come up with. Marketing, they like look how much unlocks there is, and most of them are just begin to start. So this is awful. Would never buy this. Octavia, on the other hand, it was on the same boat as this, but it seems a lot of the vesting has kind of finished, and the dilution is not as bad as it used to be. So that's finished. Some of these that's coming to an end. This is coming to an end. Public's finished. Seed is almost done. So a lot of these are starting to come into an end, which means that it's like 60% in dilution. By let's say August this year, it's like 1 million dilution. It's going to be another 20% dilution. Well, 10% dilution, 12% to be exact. So Octavia is not too bad. It's not too bad. But like I said, I'll still pick other projects over this because, why would you not buy Snift over this? Similar market cap, much better, fits a better narrative. But it's not a bad idea to buy charts like this because they will pump when the market gets bullish. This is, I don't think Octavia is bad though overall. I don't think it's a bad project, my friend. Is it fully licensed by them? Really? Boy, that could be fairly well. I'll have a look into that actually. If it's fully licensed, I think it's fine. Eddie, what's wrong with you? I need to get a new mic, bro. Eddie, can you send me that mic again, please? I'm gonna order that, bro. That was like a really professional mic, and I think that would be a good addition. I need to order. I'm so lazy, bro. How low for alt? Alt tends to hold up fairly well, to be fair. I mean, it went up to like 17 cents and came down to 14, well, 13 and a half to be exact. But it's not. I don't think it's going to go too much lower. I think it'll recover quickly. I think look, it follows Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up, it goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, it goes down. That's how it is. If Bitcoin recovers now, which it doesn't look like it wants to do that much, it's because I need to listen to FOMC. I need to know what they're saying. So I might get off this live in the next 5 minutes and go listen to FOMC. I need to know what they're saying. I want to know how the Fed is sounding, because that's gonna basically give the market how the market is basically going to react for the next year. So I need to listen to it. That's the Packer one. The Packer AI, the one you're talking about, it launched on the Chirpad. It launched on the Chirply launchpad, and it doesn't look that bad. SKR, yeah, SKR is not too bad actually. Like I said, SKR has catered to AI gaming as well, apparently. So yeah, this is a good DCA. But like I said, this doesn't dump though. It barely dumps. Just look at the 3-month chart. It's barely dumped. Like it barely dumps. But it's a pretty good DCA. Like no one really wants to sell this, and people are buying as well. But it's on base. It's on base, so it's pretty bullish. It's like one of the few good gaming projects on base. But yeah, this is a very good DCA, and I do like this project a lot. I think when gaming takes off, layer one for gaming, that's also AI. Big games on it, big backers. Very low in market cap. I think the market cap now is probably sitting around 3 million, 3.5 million. This is not the correct market cap. The real market cap's on their portal. I don't know. I need to save their portal. I haven't still need to save that. It's normally like a couple of months, but it's like every day is like 20% gain somewhere about. Yeah, exactly. But we've actually been through how this cycle is probably one of the weirdest cycles I've ever experienced. And the reason is because it's a business cycle. It's different to every other cycle. I haven't really experienced a full business cycle. This is like the first Bitcoin full business cycle. That's why it's all over the place. That's why it's going to be hard, but in the end it will work out, bro. If you stay till the end, it will work out for you. Trust me. Yeah, Nuclei is very good, bro. Very, very good. So I think it's very undervalued. Yeah, they also partner with Alt as well. Yes, they are. They're using each other. Alt's using Nuclei, and Nuclei is using Alt. So I'm not a fan of Cubic, bro. Boson, I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of any of those two coins. I think Cubic has like some sort of cult like community, but like it just doesn't go anywhere though. Like it had a reasonable pump, decent pump. That's a fairly good pump, or 4x pump, and it just fades back down. 2, 4, 5. Yep. Yeah. I'm really a fan of this, but I'll be honest with you. It's just I just think it's ran too much. It's done too much. Like you're just jumping on the bandwagon too late. I would leave it. I would leave it alone. And let me look at Boson to refresh my memories, because I can't fully remember everything. Web3 decentralized commerce layer. Boson enables tokenization, transfers, trade any physical things as a redeemable NFT. That's a pretty good use case, to be fair. Pretty good use case. Yeah, this is not too bad. I like that use case. I think NFTs, once they heat up and RWA heats up, I don't think this is a bad project though. Yeah, I like the use case. That's a pretty unique use case. KuCoin, Crypto. Yeah, they got Crypto.com as well, which is pretty decent to be fair. Yeah, not a bad project at all, my friend. I prefer this one over Cubic. Do we have a wait till quantitative easing or lightning until altcoins go big? I would say so. You don't have to wait for it. Alts can still do well, like 2023 and early 2024 without QE. But if you want to see the crazy alt season, like the parabolic alt season back in like the 2021, then yes, we need QE. We do need QE. But you can still have a 10, 20x alt season. Some coins will do more, like average 10 to 20x in just a normal cycle without QE, just like we had in 2023. In 2023, majority of coins done a 10 to 20x, majority. So yeah, we can still have that. They pulled the liquidity on ETH for Chirply. You can bridge it over to the BNB chain. That's some hacker got fucking hacked and he liquidated that thingy. The liquidity on ETH. He just clipped big chunk in one clip and he liquidated that place. So you can literally bridge it. Go into the Telegram, Lex, and then tell them or ask them. They'll help you bridge it over. Bro, the max supply is 2 billion, bro. Like, I don't know why you guys are asking such newbie questions. If something has a burn mechanism, it cannot be infinite. Because what's the point of the burn? It doesn't make sense. How can you burn an infinite supply? It doesn't make sense. Obviously, you're going to have a max supply to have a deflationary system. You can't have a max supply, infinite supply and have a deflationary system. It doesn't make sense. Fed slowing rate cuts. Yeah, that was expected. OTK ain't good now. If you don't hold on to OTK, yes, OTK is a very, very good DC in the gaming narrative. If you go look at OTK's developments, they've actually done some pretty good developments in terms of 16 games launched, 4 million users on the app. It's quite a lot of users backed by the Soul Foundation and way more. They're backed by Lenovo as well, actually. They've just partnered, and I say this, with one of the biggest football clubs in the world. And people don't realize how big this actually is. Like partnering with one of the biggest football clubs in the world that's like worth billions and billions. It's massive. Look at this. It's pretty good. I think when gaming comes back, OTK, every time gaming becomes bullish, OTK is always amongst the top performers. So that's a good indicator for when the gaming narrative takes off, which I think it will. OTK will be there amongst the top performers, no doubt about it. Recessions are going to affect the 4-year cycle 100%. The 4-year cycle cannot stay intact forever, my friend. It can't. Once you bring in TradFi into crypto, the 4-year cycle goes out the window because now you have big whales that can manipulate the price. So the 4-year cycle could go out the window. I think it'll play out this cycle, but I think after this cycle, the 4-year cycle is going to go down the drain. It's no longer going to be a 4-year cycle. The halving and stuff will still happen, obviously, but in terms of the 4-year cycle, it most likely will not be intact no more. And that's what happens when you bring TradFi investors into crypto. They become like, these guys don't give a shit about crypto. We as investors care about crypto to some degree. These guys come in, they want to make money. They don't give a shit about nothing else. So yeah. Do you have any AMAs coming up within the next few months? I'm gonna get AMA with Sensei again for updates, and then I got another AMA coming up with another upcoming RWA coin. Yes, I'll have 2 AMAs coming up. Bruins over. See you in 2028. That's fine, bro. Good to see you in 2028. Shinobi, good to see you, brother. Whales accumulating BTC price will go up soon. Yeah, the whales are accumulating, of course. They always do in these times. QE, my friend, is quantitative easing. January 16th, QV will change to SFI. What do we need to do if you hold CGV? If you hold on the exchange, I can imagine the exchange will do it on its own. But go into the Telegram and change. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to happen yesterday. I'm not too sure, but the migration might happen. Go into the Telegram. I'm pretty sure it was happening on the on the 7th. So I'll keep up to that today. I'll put it in the group. You did indeed call AKA. I hope you bought into it, Khaled. It's doing very well. AKA is sitting at one point, you almost touched 60 million, I think. Or 42 million now because of the dump, but yeah, it was up here before. Yeah, 51 million. I don't even know what I did, but I'll be so far up. In order to see massive returns, eventually we have to stomach these pullbacks. In some cases, yes, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. You have to stomach these drops, bro. Good. That's good mentality, my friend. Very good man. Look, we already had one guy capitulating. Bull runs over. This is what we need. We need more people like him to capitulate. So, when everyone starts capitulating, that is basically when we need to buy in. Walaikum salam, Atif, bro. Please look into Ref Finance from Near Protocol. Good project, low cap could be for Gemford. Ref Finance. I need to get off, bro, because these live streams be too long, and I don't think people will be listening the entire time. I'll go over one more coin, and then I need to get off. I do like Near Protocol, though. I think Near will do well. The most popular tokens. So they got the SDKs live, nice. So you can build on them. Good backers. Yeah, it looks pretty good, to be fair. This is like a DeFi project, so overall it doesn't look that bad. I'm not too bullish on DeFi, but this looks like an old project as well. It launched last cycle, it seems, it did, at the end. But look, DeFi is dead, my friend. I would not be focusing too much on DeFi at the moment. DeFi is completely dead. Every DeFi project is dead. Store agent, same Griffin dev goes. You do realize that the guy behind Griffin is actually the CEO of Solana? That's his project. That's why he shields it so much. People don't realize this. These guys actually they launch projects secretly. No one knows it's theirs, but it's theirs. I know for a fact Griffin is his project. That was the rumors. Griffin is Toli's project. Why does this guy keep shilling this shitcoin? Super, you can buy at Mexico. Yeah, AI takes, I think, is one of the best deep-in projects. Yeah, base will do well, bro. Anything on base will do well. I'm trying to accumulate more projects on base. Octavia is a car name for Skoda. Pink Link wouldn't buy it, no. Pink Link is too much, no. My conviction for AI tech still remains the same, even though price action has been terrible. But as I explained to you guys with AI tech, after January, going into like mid-January, the selling pressure for this is going to greatly reduce. So today, the selling pressure for AI tech is 160K daily. The team has locked up their token. So let's say 140, 50K. Let's say 130K, right? In a month's time, it's going to be 60K daily selling pressure. That's it. The vesting for this is almost done. All the early investors are going to be almost done, meaning there's no one else to dump on you. On top of that, if you go look at their roadmap, go read their roadmap. Oh shit, I went on the website. They're gonna have a very good deflationary. They got listed on Binance Alpha, which is bullish, but where is it? They're building. They did some other good shit. Look at this. Where is it? They did something really good today. I forgot what it was. They've given a grant Where the fuck is it gone? Oh yeah. So they've given a 1 million compute grant for AI agent projects to build or help AI tech build some very good AI agents, which I think is very good. Very, very good. Where is that update, bro? Where's the 2025 roadmap? But they basically ordered 2.5 million worth of NVIDIA computing GPU systems, whatever, which works out, from ChatGPT, according to someone in my group, works out to be 9 million yearly profits, which is very, very good. With 9 million yearly profits, these guys can expand and get a lot bigger than what now. So this is kind of like a longer term hold, but even this year, I think it would do very well. Where's that Gen 1? Where is Gen 1, bro? They just done an update. Nice. 15 million staked, which is a lot. There he is. So look, goal burn 10 million of AI take through marketplace transaction 2025, which is a lot. Burn, they're going to bridge the base. Good. Interior data center is going to be done as well. Servers are going to be powered up. Launch community growth tools, new website launch, additional servers. Like they got a lot of stuff going. Once the data center is done, like this shit is going to start burning a lot quicker. They've already burnt decent amount, but they're going to keep burning more and more and more. That's why they got a max supply, but I don't know why people keep saying they don't have a max supply. Sue AI is not too bad. The reason I say that is because it's like an AI infrastructure on Sue. Obviously, he just jumped on the bandwagon of jumping on the Sue shit. But I don't think it's too bad, bro. I don't think it's too bad. It's not this one, is it? Nice. Sue. Where is it? Sue A? Sue I? Sue AI. 45 million market cap. Fuck that. This shit is already pumped too much. I'm buying this. Obify is not too bad, but I would rather buy Sensei over Obify, bro. It's kind of similar. But Obify isn't too bad though. I had that on my watch list for a while. It's not too bad. I like the use case, but I think the market sentiment has changed to LLMs rather than. It's kind of changed into AI agents over. How come it's not on here? It might be on CoinMarketCap, but Obify is not too bad. It's not a bad project at all, my friend. All right, boys. I think I'm gonna get off now, bro. The more coin reviews I do, the longer it's gonna take. So yeah. Anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye bye.